Hey guys, wanted to come back with another review. Today we're going to be reviewing the LenzHound wireless follow focus. Now this was started as a Kickstarter. It was super cheap. I think it was like 600 bucks for the whole package. I got it because it was cheap, and why not? I've tried out a few other follow focuses in the past. So in this video, I'm not going to tell you how to program it. I'll have a link down below to the video from LenzHound that actually explains how to program it. I'll let them explain it. In this video, I just want to do mainly a review of it, like what I like about it, using it in the field, pros and cons, all that jazz. Now you'll see that it shakes on this one, like on the camera. It's just the rig. It's not so much the actual focus. It doesn't normally do that. It's just this is a really crappy rig, so that's why. Okay, so some of the things I really like about it, the programmable buttons are incredible. So I have it set on this camera. So all you gotta do is switch to the playback mode after you've set your programmable buttons in free run. You can find all those videos to tell you how to do it. Anyway, so I can just click and it does, let's see. Yeah, it does the different ones back and forth here. Really cool, love that function. So in playback mode, this is another thing I really like about this. So I have my program buttons to be able to, pull focus to the different things or whatever. One of the things I love is being able to change the speed as how fast it will pull. So if you change the speed, see how much quicker it goes. Really nice. Or I could make it go even slower. So it has a nice slow. Really great. Or even slower. You can slow this thing down pretty far. I mean, you can't even hear it. But that's super nice. I really like that function. And then you go into free run mode. It gives you, your freedom to move it around. One of the things that's annoying about this is it doesn't automatically calibrate when you're doing the lens. You have to actually calibrate it with this little knob, and sometimes it takes forever, and you have to do it every time you switch a lens. So that's super frustrating about the thing. It also has this Z mode, which is nice that you can slow it down. So it'll take forever. Now, I heard some things online that said, oh, hey, you could totally do time lapse with that. Yeah, if you go in the slowest mode, you're talking 2 minutes. From one side to the other as far as a pull of the focus. So it's not really that much. So I wouldn't count on doing a time lapse with it unless you were just trying to do a pull within a certain area of your time lapse, but a 2-minute time lapse isn't much. A few other things to note, a few issues I've had with this piece of equipment. It has malfunctioned on me a few times where it just starts freaking out and you have to turn the whole thing off and start over again. Really annoying, but what can you expect for the price? I think what happens is it's a cell phone issue, that the cell phones, some of the cell phones will mess up the signal. The one time it happened was a guy on set, we had him turn off his cell phone and it fixed it. So there's that, I don't know, that was weird. Another thing that I want to note is how loud this is. It is really loud. So running sound around it sometimes can be a problem, depending on how close the microphone is to it. Also, depending on the speed you do it. I mean, most of the time you're not pulling focus like this. You're not doing that. You're kind of doing this. But you can still hear a little bit of that clicking. So there is that issue. But it's not, I haven't noticed that it's too extreme that it really destroys stuff. It can be distracting, especially in tight spaces. Sound guys will complain and say you're ruining everything and your life is the worst and I hate you so much. You don't talk, you're seen, not heard. Wait, no, I think it's the opposite. No, sound's important. Wow, see, look, this is off. This is, yeah, see, it's already off. That's what I mean. I mean, it might be the rig that I'm on right now, but as I'm throwing it fast back and forth, it gets off a little bit. I think it might be the rig because I haven't had it do it this quickly before. There, anyway. But again, you're not going to be going. If your focus puller is doing that, fire him. few other things. Let's see. The joystick is pretty cheap. It feels cheap, but I mean, there's no delay. I do love that, like the fact that it's very responsive. Like woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Well, this thing's kind of small and plasticky and cheap, but that's fine. The knob. Oh, I do like that they give you the markable ring here to make your marks. Another thing that I don't like, now when I first got this, I was actually surprised at how well this is built. This is really hefty, really nice build. I don't like how huge this ring is and how far it pulls off to the side. I've attached this to a Ronin before, and it really got in the way of like pulling the Ronin to one side, also hitting the side of the Ronin. It's not as nice as some of the other ones that are quite a bit closer and a little more like more vertical. This one seems to, it's got a booty on it, you know what I'm saying? Look at that, serious booty. Yeah, you hear that? Click, click, click. It does get off once in a while. So again, you're paying $600 for a follow focus. You can't expect the thing to be amazing, and it's not. But for the price, and if you need a follow focus for like running your crane or Ronin or something like that, and you don't have the budget to splurge $5 on something, this is actually a pretty decent alternative. Just know it has limitations. The focus will sometimes slip and get off, so you'll just have to crank it all the way over to one side and it'll fix itself, and then it'll be back once you set the lens. Powering the thing. Now I got a D-tap for it to plug it in, to plug into like my V-mount batteries, so when it's on my Blackmagic rig I can plug it in and pull focus that way. You can also buy the battery that they provide. I've just taped it to the top right here before and just kind of pulled the cord down. So there's that. Now, another thing to note. So I have Cinemod lens, so it has hard stops. If you're using like a Canon 24-70 or you know, any DSLR type lens, you will need a ring to go around it. LenzHound does sell those rings, but they don't have hard stops, so it'll keep turning. But it's nice because this will let you create hard stops so it won't constantly turn. The only issue with it is if it does get off, like it does sometimes, you'll have to reset the whole lens again. Super annoying. Yeah, but again, I think it's worth $600. Honestly, it's not like, woo, amazing freaking thing, but it also works decently well to make it say, yeah, I'd pay $600 for that, rather than $5 for something else. Just know. Now, oh, that's another thing I was gonna say. Yes, this is worth $600. If I were filming a $100,000 film, I would never trust this thing on it. If I was shooting a $5,000 low budget, you know, indie film or something, or, you know, corporate video or something, then yes, I totally would trust it, because it's not, you know, if you're on a huge $100,000 budget film, or, you know, $2 million budget film or whatever, if this thing fails on you and you have to have the whole crew wait around, then you're wasting everybody's time. But if you're on like a low budget thing and it's not, people's time don't matter because you're not paying them, then use this because it's cheap and you're a cheapskate. Anyway, yeah, that's the LenzHound. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and let me know in the comments what other types of videos you want me to do. Thanks, guys.